Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer, for those of you that don't know me already, and I am going to be chatting about women's health. This is a real passion of mine, obviously as a woman myself, but also for all of those around me. I think I want to start this by explaining that unfortunately a lot of women around me have had a lot of difficulties associated with their hormone levels and menstruation and that sort of thing. And I always kind of felt powerless in trying to help them with that. I myself didn't feel like I really had any issues associated with hormones or anything. I felt really lucky. I didn't have like the cramping that a lot of people had, or the moodiness, really, maybe a little bit. But yeah, so I found I have found the essential oils to be a super helpful tool in this regard, and so I just really wanted to share that with you, and the different protocols and different ideas of ways you can incorporate the oils into your life or suggest them to others who are having issues with hormone imbalance and women's health issues, and it could just help them with those. So okay, so it was probably a couple of years ago that I listened to this webinar by the wonderful Dawn Bean about women's health and hormone balancing. Excuse me. And I was listening for a friend who had really, really painful cramping during her period. And then she'd also get she was basically incapacitated. She was out of commission for a few days, and she tried pretty heavy medication and drugs to be able to basically function. And that's like laying in bed functioning and not like getting up and being able to do the different things that she wanted to do during the day. So I was interested in hearing more and learning more about that subject. But the interesting thing was, and it was an amazing webinar, the interesting thing was, as I was listening, I realized that some of the things that I had been experiencing over the previous few years, I guess, were actually a sign of hormone imbalance. And so I thought there's actually probably a lot more women out there that maybe don't realize that some of the things that they're experiencing, they might think it's just inevitable as you're getting older, but it's actually a form of hormone imbalance, and you can actually fix it and feel better. So that's one of the reasons that this is a big passion for myself. So yeah, and I found that it's been super helpful for me, so I'm excited to share some things with you. I think, unfortunately, as well, one of the things that is really difficult for women in our society anyways, is that youth is something that's really celebrated. And there's a lot of suffering as women age in our society. And interestingly enough, in cultures where elder women are venerated and celebrated, they don't actually have the same issues of menopause that we do here in the West. So I thought that was something that's interesting. So it's also a societal thing and a perception that we need to help fix that way. So one of the things is just recognizing that there is that pressure out there as well, and it's causing us unnecessary stress. And so we need to help each other through it, be kind and help other women, but also be kind to yourself as well. So I'll just jump right into the dynamic duo that is progesterone and estrogen. So progesterone, it's basically like a natural antidepressant. It helps with metabolism, so it helps exchange the fat for energy. It helps regulate blood glucose. It helps with sex drive and libido, and also helps with breast and uterine lining health. Estrogen is responsible for femininity, bone health, puberty, and neuroprotection for brain function. So both have very important roles in our body. So some of the issues that might start coming up with estrogen deficiency, and this is where you might be like, oh, like that, I have that, or my friend has that, and I didn't realize that that could be a hormone imbalance issue. So listen, PMS is maybe more of an obvious one, the postmenstrual, premenstrual syndrome, and if you ask my husband, I probably get that sometimes. Anxiety, hot flashes, palpitations, heart palpitations, fertility issues, low libido, painful intercourse, insomnia, painful breast tissues, weight gain and bloating, water retention and brain fog are all possible signs of an estrogen deficiency. And one of the things that you can use to help with that is the blend called Clarycom. I've got that here. And I don't know if you are a woman, I don't know, like 13, maybe even younger, up to date. This is something that could probably help you and your friends. This is something I wish I'd had in high school, and be able to give this to my my friends and family members and just all the women around me. It really does help balance everything out. And when you get this bottle as well, it is pure oil, so you can dilute it. Generally, I will make maybe 2 or 3 bottles out of this and fill up the rest with fractionated coconut oil. And diluting it just helps reduce the possible sensitive skin sensitivity reaction that you might get with it, and it also helps it last longer, because that's all really you need. What I did the first time is I bought this and I made it into rollers for my sisters and mom and some of my girlfriends as well. So that's a way you could share it with other women in your life as well. And how you use it is just every morning and every evening, just do a swipe below your belly button, so it's kind of around your uterus area, and it works really well. If you don't enjoy the smell, if you find it too strong, you could also put it on your big toe as well, or in your inner ankle, in that area there, and it'll get to where it needs to go. I put it by my toothbrush, so I remember to put it on every morning and evening when I brush my teeth. So I highly, highly recommend that. If you experience any of those things, PMS, anxiety, hot flashes, heart palpitations, fertility issues, low libido, painful intercourse, insomnia, painful breast tissues, weight gain, bloating, water retention, and brain fog, this is something that can help. Brain fog was one of the issues that I was having. I just thought it was like mama brain, and that's just the way life was going to be from then on. But yeah, this has helped a lot with that. Some potential issues for excess estrogen would be migraines, insomnia, rosacea, and rosacea. And I was finding I was having a bit more difficulty sleeping as well. So I was going through a weird cycle throughout the month. And I've actually been able to help some friends that have had pretty severe migraines associated with their period with this Clarycom as well. And also, so I can say, so this is, as I was saying, this is a daily thing. This can help with, if you're using it daily, it can help reduce cramping. It can help reduce the PMS. It can just help with everything. Yes, I so recommend every woman to have this and get it for the loved women in your life as well. So let's just talk about some of the reasons that you might have an imbalance in estrogen and these hormones. Diet can impact the amount of estrogen you have. You can get it in different types of food. I don't know if you've heard before that yams have a lot of estrogen in them. You can also, unfortunately, get it through environmental exposure, and this is generally what we call xenoestrogens. They're found in a lot of plastics. And in the body, it's competing with estrogen by inhibiting natural estrogen from functioning properly. An alternative to this, and that can actually help get rid of the xenoestrogens, is something called the phytoestrogens. And those come from plants, and they can be supportive in helping the body, as I said before, release the xenoestrogens. And doTERRA actually has an amazing supplement called, oh, my brain fog. I need to put some more of this on. Oh, you guys, I will get it. And you can actually get, oh, it is phytoestrogen as well. But you can actually get a special combo pack that has the Clarycom in it, the phytoestrogens, and calcium as well, which is all things that women need. And it's cheaper if you get all three of them together. If you're in Canada, you'd have to get them out of the U.S. warehouse, though. So that's one thing that you can do, is to get those three together. Okay. Yeah, and so these phytoestrogens can be super helpful. Sometimes obesity can be one of the causes as well, because fat cells can actually store excess estrogen. Perimenopause as well, so just the different part of the cycle that your life cycle you're in. There's already those natural fluctuations in hormone levels, and it's just kind of exacerbated by these other causes. And stress is a really big one, as we kind of touched on before, and so we're going to dive a bit deeper into that. So the adrenal glands, located like just in your upper back here, they are responsible for producing cortisol, which is a stress hormone, as well as progesterone. So if your body is under constant stress and producing cortisol, it's unable to produce the progesterone and estrogen. So then that just exacerbates that imbalance. There is a great blend that Dawn shared with us that I use now daily as well. And I have to say, when my bottle runs out, or when I've misplaced it somewhere and I haven't used it for a couple days, I can really feel the difference. So here's a bottle I use. I just mix it up, and it's equal parts of ginger, geranium, ylang-ylang, basil, rosemary, and wild orange. And it has a really pleasant aroma as well. So after I put my Clarycom on over my uterus, I'll put this on my back every morning and evening as well, and I find it makes a really, really big difference. So again, that's equal parts of ginger, geranium, ylang-ylang, basil, rosemary, and wild orange. You can also substitute wild orange for grapefruit if you'd like. Grapefruit's also really helpful for women's health. So that just helps support your adrenals. I think Dawn called it "Love My Adrenals." It's a great blend. I started with 5 drops of each in the 10 ml roller bottle, and now I do about 7. It seems to be a good combination for me. Always start small. If you're not feeling a difference, you can increase it. And for stress in general, there's lots of blends that can be helpful. You all probably already have your favorites, but some that I really like are the Balance blend, which is a grounding blend. It has a lot of wood oils in it. Frankincense is really great as well. Serenity, Peace, Forgive is really great for a lot of women as well that have a lot of issues forgiving ourselves for certain things, or if you worry a lot. And we want to talk a little bit about how the oils can help disrupt that stress cycle. So it can do that by bringing the body back to homeostasis and balancing the body to where it wants to be. So aromatic is one of the best ways to do this aromatically. So just by inhaling the essential oil, it gets to your brain very quickly, and it can help interrupt that cycle and help calm down. So even just smelling it out of the bottle is great. You could wear diffuser jewelry. You could put some on your chest so you could smell it. You could have it going in your diffuser. There's so many different options there. Adaptive is also a really great blend. A lot of people have been finding that so helpful for stress. I know I have as well. And topically, as we talked about before, using the Clarycom over your uterus or reflexology points. You could use Whisper as well as a pure fume alternative. You could put it on your pulse points in the back of your neck, or you can use like the Love My Adrenals blend over your back. Internally as well, you can be using these essential oils. The phytoestrogen supplements are one that we talked about before. Yarrow Palm also helps with hormonal health and metabolism. And there was a Skinny Jeans challenge that also helped to boost the metabolism as well, that some of you might have participated in, or if you want more information, you can reach out to us about it. But it's basically internally taking yarrow palm, black pepper, pink pepper, green mandarin, and frankincense. I added copaiba in there as well, taking that every day just to help balance the body out. The Mito 2 Max is also really helpful for balancing hormones. It helps with calming the proper stress response and bringing your body back to having normal cortisol levels. It improves concentration, reduces fatigue and irritability, which is all very helpful, and just helps interrupt that stress cycle. And the B vitamins that are in the Microplex VMZ, which is part of the Long Life Vitality Pack, are also very helpful in reducing stress as well, and the cortisol production. Vitamin E and magnesium also help stimulate progesterone development as well, which is really helpful. So some of the different things that you can do, there was, I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Maritza Snyder, I think her name is, but she's written an amazing book on using essential oils for women's health, for balancing hormones. You can get it on Amazon or probably at most of the essential oil online stores. But she has some great protocols in there on just women's health in general. So if this is of interest to you, this topic is of interest to you, I highly recommend. She actually has an awesome she has an awesome website, but also podcast, that you can listen to as well. So you can learn a lot from her there, or just to get the book. And she actually created this awesome blend called this Superwoman blend. I've got that here as well. I kind of alternate sometimes between this and Clary Calm, or sometimes, most of the time I just use both. But it has, here I'll try to find, I have the recipes all here. It has, 12 drops of clary sage, 10 drops of lavender, 5 drops of cedarwood, 5 drops of geranium, and 4 drops of ylang ylang. And you apply it on your wrists, ankles, and neck. You can also put the blend in your palms and breathe it in. And then she said she recommends rocking this Superwoman stance as well. So again, that's 12 drops of clary sage, 10 drops lavender, 5 drops cedarwood, 5 drops geranium, and 4 drops of ylang ylang. It smells really, really great as well. You can use that as a alternative to pure perfume as well. Last year she had, and this year as well, I didn't get to listen to it this year, but last year she had a great series on different experts talking about women's health. And one of the doctors I listened to, I found very, very helpful, because she basically broke it down into the 5 different things we can do as women to make sure that we have good health. And those things are sleep, moving your body, good nutrition, good community, and then you can use essential oils to help support all of those facets as well. So for sleep, this is a key one as well, that we do all need at least 8 hours per day. That amount of sleep helps normalize our body's stress response, and it just helps keep everything working well. There's kind of a scary book written basically about sleep and all the research that goes into it. And when we're not getting enough sleep, when we're depriving our body of sleep, we're wreaking havoc in all of the systems in our body. And so as much as we can, we need to make sure that we're getting the sleep that we need. And this is something I've been trying to commit to as well, and I've been feeling a big difference in overall in how I'm feeling. I used to feel like sometimes sleep was wasted time, that there's so many things that I could be doing during that time. But just being constantly tired isn't great. I mean, there's times in life that's just the way it is, like when you have a young child, or a baby. But it doesn't always have to be that way. So once you're out of that stage of a baby or a toddler that doesn't sleep well, make sure that you get back on prioritizing your sleep. And there's lots of different things you can do for sleep hygiene, as you probably already know, like not looking at screens, and making sure it's dark in your room, that sort of thing. But there's also essential oils and supplements that can help with that as well. The Serenity soft gels are a good alternative to sleeping pills. I've never taken sleeping pills myself. I stayed away from that kind of thing, but I find these Serenity soft gels really helpful when I know that I need to fall asleep quickly, and I need to, because I'm waking up early the next morning and I need to be able to function that day. And one of the amazing things about these soft gels is that the quality of sleep that you get is so good, and you often wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go, sometimes even before your alarm. Awesome, right? Some of the other things you can do is to diffuse essential oils in your bedroom as you're sleeping. Oils that people often like are Serenity, or I really like the combination of frankincense, lavender, and wild orange. Sandalwood and green mandarin are lovely together, or balance and copaiba. Everyone has their own. Peace is also really good as well, or forgive. I've been diffusing adaptive at night as well, which has been really, really great. And it also depends on the reason that you're not sleeping as well. If it's due to congestion, there's different things you can do for that as well. But if it's just your mind having a hard time falling asleep, those blends can all help. Vetiver is really good for turning off that monkey brain, or that worrying part of your brain. Can all help. There's a lights out roller that we make that has ylang ylang, cedarwood, vetiver, serenity, patchouli, and wild orange in it, and it works really well. Okay, so the next thing as well is moving your body as well, and there's been some interesting research done that talks about CrossFit, which I thought was super interesting. That's actually creating, for a lot of people, it's creating too much stress in your body, and that things like high intensity training is preferable. You still want to get your heart rate up, but oftentimes what's happening in CrossFit is it's too much, and it's causing unnecessary strain and too much strain on your body. So walking daily to maintain bone health is important as well, but you also need a weight component, so that'd be like push-ups, squats, things you can use your body weight for, but you need to be doing something like that. Find something that you love to do, like I love walking our dog. I also really love Pilates. I know I need to get back into some more cardio stuff. I love riding my bike. I used to love jogging. I'm hoping to get back into that as well. But there's a lot of, just find something that you love to do. People, maybe other women that you would love to do it with, and it makes it easier. Oh, Zumba. I don't know if any of you guys like dancing, but that's a super fun way to get your exercise in. And they recommend at least 20 minutes of an elevated heart rate a day. Preferably more, half an hour if you can do that. And the way oils can help support you here is Motivate can help get you going. You can use deep blue oil or deep blue rub or Aroma Touch ahead of time to get blood flowing to the muscles, and then also afterwards as well to help with your muscle recovery. Mito 2 Max can also help get you more energy in the morning to help get you going. And it also has the benefit of helping your body release those xenoestrogens, which is pretty cool. Nutrition is the third thing. So having those unprocessed whole foods. There is a new Canadian health guide as well that has us having more servings of fruit and vegetables every day, 10 servings of plants a day. So the Long Life Vitality Pack can be part of this nutrition. Unfortunately, the way our food systems are now is we're not getting the nutrients and vitamins that we used to out of the same amount of food. So even if you are eating well and in a healthy way, your body's probably not getting what it needs. And those lack of vitamin and nutrient deficiencies can also cause other problems in your body. Yes, so things like digestive issues and not as much energy. And unfortunately, as well, in our environment right now, we're living in more of a toxic environment, just in the air, water, and food that we're having. And it's one of the reasons people are feeling so groggy and weighed down. And the vitamins, the microplex VMZ, which is the vitamins and mineral part of the Long Life Vitality Pack, can really help with that. The E omega, which is essential fatty acid complex, it's something that our body can't make, so we need to be ingesting it from our food sources, and this supplement can help as well. It also contains frankincense, so it can help with inflammation. It's vital for neurological health, brain and neurological systems, the joints, to help keep inflammation at bay, and it helps our cardiovascular system as well. It also helps with mental sharpness by nourishing the brain, and supports healthy digestion and immune system. So many different benefits in that, the E omega. Alpha CRS is the third component of the Long Life Vitality Pack, and it basically serves to clean out everything internally, and it's why most people feel like a different person after taking the Long Life Vitality Pack. It has all the super foods and minerals in it. It has turmeric, green tea extract, polyphenols, ginkgo biloba. It helps with the digestive system as well to tame inflammation. So it's easier to bring your body back into balance. It helps with weight loss, speeds up metabolism. One of the things that happens with having more inflammation in the body is that it triggers more cortisol production, the stress hormone. And it also causes our body to hold on to fat cells as well. So there's kind of a cascade of impacts. So these vitamins and minerals and the alpha CRS can really help with that. It also has the coenzyme Q10 as well, which helps your body create ATP, which is the building block for energy that's used by your mitochondria. It's also good for your hormonal issues and the immune system. And the neat thing about this, I don't know if you have anyone in your life like this, or if you yourself are like this as well, but when you read about a new vitamin or the thing that everyone should be taking because it's the new health wonder, my husband was like that, and so we would have our cupboards just filled with bottles of like the coenzyme Q10 and the green tea extract, turmeric, ginkgo biloba, like all of that. And we were trying to keep up, taking a lot of supplements, right? And so one cool thing is this alpha CRS. It has all of those in one capsule, and you can take them that way, and so you're saving a lot of money, and you're also not putting unnecessary things and fillers into your body as well. Yeah, and there's so much we could talk about LLV, but I just wanted to give a just quick brief overview of how it can help us as women, can help everyone in your family. There's special supplements and vitamins for children, but over 10, that this is something that can help them a lot. We talked about the bone nutrient before as well. That helps a lot with supporting healthy bone mass. Terrazyme as well is super helpful in helping you get more nutrients from the body more nutrients from the food that you eat, and so it can actually help your body. The PB Assist can help it's the probiotics. It can help your intestinal flora, gut health, which also impacts emotions and stress levels and hormone levels in that way. And also there's that, I should just mention as well with the LLV, there's that 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So you can go and try it, and if you're not feeling a big difference, then you can get your money back. So it's risk-free, and you have the potential to feel so much better. The fourth thing that's super important, this doctor was saying is super important for women, is that sense of community, that network of friendships, and the necessity of laughter and having a good time together. There's a lot of research that indicates that this is one of the most important things for women's health. And that's one of the things I love about this oil community as well, is that while it's not necessarily always in person, we do have that network of other caring people, and a majority of women as well, that are here to help each other. So if you don't have that community already, the Facebook and online oil community is a great start. And hopefully you can find that in-person community as well. And so just to recap, there's a lot of different essential oils that you can use to help with women's health. We talked about Clary-Calm, we talked about Whisper. It's such a beautiful smell. If you haven't smelt it already, I highly recommend it. It smells different on each person, and it makes you feel so good and feminine. It's actually one of my husband's favorite blends as well. He'll often put it in the diffuser. The Love Your Adrenals blend is wonderful, as well as the Superwoman blend we talked about. I gave you that recipe as well. Rose is also a really great oil to help with hormone support and self-love. And we talked about the Balance the Body challenge. The yarrow palm, black pepper, pink pepper, turmeric. Turmeric is one I forgot before. Green mandarin, and you take 2 drops of each twice daily. And you can take the Mito 2 Max and the LLV as well. And a lot of people had amazing results with that. And there's also a Clary-Calm challenge as well online, where you can be using the Clary-Calm daily and record your results, and you have that online support as well. There are so many different oils that can help with different levels. There's a few. One thing I wanted to mention as well, and I had it here to remind me. I've used an old grapefruit oil bottle, and a third of it I filled with grapefruit oil, a third I filled with frankincense, and then the remaining oil I put in there was the fractionated coconut oil, just as a carrier. And this is what I used for breast health. So one of our friends and mentors, PJ Hanks, she was talking about how there had been research done showing wouldn't have been an X-ray, maybe a mammogram. It was able to, it was taking internal pictures of the breast, and it was showing, you were able to see the inflammation in the body. I'm sorry, I forget what test that would be, or what procedure it would be. But they were finding, they did a little bit of a study to see what inflammation looked like in the breast, and then after using the grapefruit and frankincense combination as a breast massage daily after a month, and there was significant reduction in inflammation in the breast. And you know that inflammation can lead to so many diseases. So any way that we can reduce that risk in our body, that's something that we definitely want to support. So make yourself up one of these. You can do it in different ways. You can just go until the bottle is done, or you can go for a month and take a month off. You can do it all the time, or do it 4 times a year. But do this for yourself, for your self-care, for your breast health. It's something that can really be of benefit. Yeah, very good. And specifically with grapefruit, it helps promote healthy progesterone levels, beneficial for breast health. One that we didn't talk about before was rose. It can help with cramping, anger management, improve quality of sleep. It helps keep the integrity of skin intact, because skin can be compromised by high levels of stress or cortisol as well. And the rose is a powerhouse, which has been tested against pathogens as well. So if you want to give yourself an early Christmas gift, get yourself one of the rose bottles, or that's what I'm planning on giving myself for Christmas. They've released the pure rose in 5 ml, or you can also get it in touch as well, so you can apply it and use it that way. Clary sage is one that is helpful for enhancing endocrine function and balancing hormones, but it's one that's not recommended to use while pregnant as well, because it can stimulate uterus contractions as well. So that's one of the reasons it can be helpful for non-pregnant women, but we don't want to be using that prematurely in pregnant women. Jasmine can help promote healthy uterus and libido. Ginger can promote healthy menstruation and libido, and it helps relieve cramps in a lot of women. Fennel supports healthy estrogen levels and supports healthy ovaries. And thyme and oregano support healthy progesterone levels as well. We've already talked about Clary Calm Whisper. Let's maybe just finish on yarrow palm. So that can help with the metabolic process, digestion, circulation. It boosts the elimination of toxins from the body. So this is something that we definitely all want to do, living in the environments that we do. It activates the endocannabinoid system, and when used internally, it can help regulate hormone production. And interestingly enough as well, it can help purge your emotions, things that you've kind of been holding onto that you might not realize. It can help purge those. So some people, when they start taking the yarrow palm, they find that they're feeling a little angry or sad. So like work through that. Figure out, why am I feeling angry? Why am I feeling sad? It can help you through that as well. So I apologize. This is a lot of information. But I hope you found some of it helpful. There's some takeaways that you can bring back and enhance your own self-care and your own health with, and maybe there's things that can help, that you can share with other women in your life as well, that could help them too. If you don't have essential oils already, please reach out to the person who invited you to watch this. They can help guide you and help you get these oils into your home at a good cost. And yeah, it's a great gift that you can give to yourself. And by taking care of yourself as well, you're able to take care of others much better as well. I know sometimes as women we give a lot, and it's a lot better to be able to give from a full cup, as I say. Okay. Thank you all very much for watching, and please feel free to reach out to myself or to the person that invited you if you have any questions at all. Okay, take care. Okay, bye.